要学校名叫神。
Hello, good evening, guys. Welcome you all. Wow, thank you for being so on time, dear parents. If you can hear my voice clearly, can you put 111 in chat box so that I can make sure everyone can hear my voice? Well, hi, Mabel. Hi, Tammy. Hi, hi, hi. Wow, 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 wow. I see a lot of you type 111. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, Lily, can you share the screen for me? Thank you. Oh, even I saw one name is very interesting. Don't tell you. Hi. Okay. Hi, Carmen. Welcome to our talk today. So, so once again, welcome you all to our online talk from Sci Home. This talk is talk about small voices, big feelings, how to listen when children can't explain. Okay, I believe in this Zoom, most of you are parents, and I saw some of you are teachers from Hope Hooray, is it? Am I right? Can correct me if mistaken. Okay, welcome you all. Okay, so before we start, hey, let me ask you some question. So have you ever asked, Lei, can you please? Yes, thank you so much. It's this page. So, parents, have you ever asked your child, how's your day? And they just look down, stay quiet, or keep on looking at their phone, or say nothing? If this ever happened to you, please type yes in chat box. Let me see. Oh, hi, Joseph. Yes. Hope, hope, hooray. Okay, so parents, do you ever ask your children, how's your day? And they just don't want to answer, just saying okay. Yes. Oh, Hu Qian. Yes. Okay. I see still got many parents coming in. Yeah. I can see many ones coming in. Thank you for sharing. Actually, I don't have my own child yet, but I have seen this happen to my cousin. Last month when I back to my hometown, Seremban, I met with my cousin. So she was very talkative in back days. But recently, my family found that, how come my cousin always lock herself in room, always texting, don't know texting who, and the scariest part is we find that the one that she texts is Chat GPT. I believe that some of our children already start talking with Chat GPT about their stress, their things with Chat GPT and uh ask for ask for some suggestion or opinion. And this also happened to my cousin. And the scariest part is my aunt found that my cousin ask ChatGPT this question. Why am I so useless? Wow, this question really banged my aunt. And my aunt is very anxious about this thing. And for me, actually, staying quiet isn't the real issue, but the real concern is we don't know what's really happening inside our kids. What have they happened in their world? So sometimes isn't that they don't want to talk with us. It's just they don't know how to start. Mabel asked how old is my cousin? My cousin is around 18 years old. Yeah, 18 years old. So she just start her uni life. So, and also for some teenager, they don't just stay quiet. They express it with sudden anger. Just like I know many of you mentioned in the Google form, is it that your child can is suddenly get angry or exposed. For example, you can see 27 parents say that easily get angry. This happened to their child. So that's why today talk is very, very important. I know we have parents here. I know we have teachers here and also some counselor here to join our talk. So today we are going to explore how to listen differently and how to understand what's really happened to our kid. So before we start, let me briefly introduce who we are. So I'm Vayen from SciHome. So SciHome is a psychology center in Cheras. We serve one-to-one psychological services, for example, psychology or some counseling to children, for teenager or even adult. And also we do provide corporate mental health training. And the third one is very important is we do a lot of community work. For example, as you can see in slide, we did go to many single mother association to do some talk and also do some group counseling for them. And also we did went to the old folks home and also we have our project recharge. I believe some of you may maybe join us before in our project recharge. We will do hiking once a month. Okay. Besides of this, we also often will went to schools. For example, some primary school or secondary school or even uni. Just like today, we just went to UCSI to have a booth there to help the student to do free mental health checking and so on. Okay, besides of that, actually we also do a lot of anti-bully talk. I believe many parents is quite worried, especially we found that many news recently has talking about the bully case or some murder case is quite worried us. So that's why we have give many free talk to the schools. And because of this, we also went to a very interesting places which is we call JKM. JKM is Jambatan Kebajikan Masyarakat. This place will as you can see in the picture, we don't show their faces because these children is with misbehave and they are live. We call live in this jabatan. So we give them some motivation talk and also we help them to do the career test to let them know to have a clearer mindset what actually they need to prepare after they leave this jabatan. So this basically is what SciHome do. So why SciHome? We always do some free online talk or free courses to let people to learn about psychology. This is because we have a vision, because we believe that when you or your children they have some stress, the first one they will find to talk about it is not psychologist or not counselor, but maybe you will find your family member or your friends to talk about it. So that's why we want to let Malaysian, every family has a mental health expert to support the one that you love. So that's why we also have the free talk today. So let's welcome. We will start our online talk now. Let's pass the mic to our speaker, Lily.
Okay, hi everyone. So it's me here, Le Yi. And before letting you to know more about what I'm doing, so I believe all of you have heard about counseling or counselor when you were studying. So what we know about counseling is that it is for people who have behavioral issues and people who have mental health issues. Yes, these are for those who have behavioral or mental health issue. But today, as a counselor, I would also like to let you know that counseling is not actually for them, it's actually for everyone. So throughout my journey as a counselor, I have worked with clients from different age group and also from different cultural backgrounds. And I do provide support to clients dealing with issues related to career development, personal development, academic challenges, relationship issues, and other mental health concerns like depression and anxiety. Apart from that, I have also received training from OCA intervention techniques as well as expressive arts therapy. And beside this, I also went to different universities and schools to provide them some psychology projects such as mental health week at a university and providing a career workshop or talk to a a primary school. Yeah, so this is what I have been doing throughout my journey as a counselor. And before we start our talk, I would like to have a quick check-in with everyone. So, if you could describe your day in one word, what would it be? Okay, you can scan the QR code here and then it will link you to Mentimeter. So then you can start filling up, you can start describing your day just in one word. Okay, let's start now. Okay, so let me. Okay, so I can start seeing some people describing their word. Okay. So there are of us, a lot of things coming in. Tiring, blessed, happy, fruitful, tired, happy, Amani, okay, tired, exhausted, tired, sometimes happy, tired. Okay. So any more who would like to fill up? Oh, sometimes stressed, literally exhausted but excited for tomorrow. Oh, what will you be having tomorrow that makes you start to feel excited? Hmm, maybe one more minute, then we can proceed to our talk. So, Halloween party. Oh, yes. Halloween is in this month. Okay. Tired, moody. Okay, so very cute. Are you describing Mira very cute? Mhm. 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 Any more to go? Okay. So, okay, let's let's stop here. Okay, so thank you everyone for sharing me how your days go. Okay, please let me share my screen again. Okay, okay. So seems like there are different energy levels in this group and in this talk here. And no matter what, I want you to tell yourself that you are still doing great. Okay, just keep a pat on your shoulder. Okay, and let's start our talk. And I want you to take a few moments to look at all this news. So what is happening in today's youth world? The earliest one, which was the incident happened in Malacca, where there is this child murdered his parent, and there are also some bullying cases happening. So this news about Zara, and other than these two, there are also news showing that there are college students attempted suicide. And lastly, and is also the most recent one, which is the stabbing case in school, which happened in one of the secondary school in PJ. So I believe all of you are quite familiar with all these news, and you might start questioning. People will start questioning about why this all happened. They will start asking, is it the fault from our education? Is it the fault from parenting? Or is it the fault from the stress tolerance of the youth nowadays? So what is actually happening? And based on the research in Malaysia, these are the factors that cause teens or cause the university students that started to attempt suicide or being bullied or struggling with mental health. So these are the top 6 contributing factors. Let's look at the first one, academic and performance pressure. So some of the students, they face a lot of intense expectation at school or in university, which means that it also raises burnout and they experience long-term stress. So when they are experiencing long-term stress, it is strongly linked to lead them to have this depression and anxiety. So there is a tendency that they will have depression or anxiety because of this academic and performance pressure. And for the second one, digital life and cyberbullying, in here it means that high social media users increases comparison, shame, and exposure to online harassment. And the third one, pandemic related social loss. So actually remoting learning, lockdown disrupt their social development. And it also suggests that the youth nowadays they miss the opportunity to practice social skills and get support from their peers. While the fourth one, bullying, is widespread. So it says that thousands of bullying cases have been reported. And this also means that there is an increased risk of self-harm, depression, and social withdrawal. And the fifth one, there is this limited access, stigma, and delay help seeking, which means that there are stigma in this mental health, and there are also not much support and services, mental health services in certain areas. And lastly, most of the youth they get help at a very late age, which cause them to have the risk of having serious mental health issue. And lastly, complex social issue. For example, family issue, identity stress, or other adversities that can amplify risk. Okay, so these are the top 6 factors that are contributing to what is happening to the youth nowadays. Okay, being bullied, attempt suicide, or whatever. Okay, so let's look at this picture here. In order for us to go to a healthy parent-child relationship communication, what do we have to do? What is the bridge that brings us to that from an unhealthy parent-child relationship to a healthy parent-child relationship? What is actually lacking? And today I want to share you that is these 2 things which is lacking. The first one is understanding, and the second one is listening. Okay, understanding. So in order to have a better understanding of our child, we need to know from the biopsychosocial aspect. Meaning, we have to understand first from the biological aspect. When it comes to teens or preteens, they will usually have these emotional up and downs, mood swings, impulsive behaviors. Why do they have these kind of reaction or these impulsive behaviors or emotions? It is because they are in their puberty period. Their hormonal changes very quick, so it will lead them to have this kind of issues happening with they will have this risky behavior, then their mood swings will be like happening very often. Okay, so the first is because of the hormonal changes during their puberty, and the second one, which is their brain development. Okay, in here, study shows that in teens or preteens, their emotion center actually mature faster than logic center. In here, I would like to share you about what is this emotion center. And when we talk about emotion, there is this tiny part of our brain which is responsible for all our emotion regulation, and it helps us to process all the emotion, which we call it amygdala. This is a very tiny part in the brain. And this part of the brain actually matures earlier, matures when we are after we have reached the age of 8 or reached the age of 10. It varies depend on the person. Okay, and for logic center, it is usually responsible. This part of the brain we call it prefrontal cortex. It is usually responsible for our decision making, for our strategic planning, and also for our maybe logical thinking. So this part of the brain, it matures later. Usually it matures at around when we are in the age of mid-20s. So that's summarize how the adolescents or the teenagers, they are likely to have impulsive behaviors because most of the time they rely on their amygdala to make decisions. So they will tend to do some risky behavior, and they tend to make decisions based on their moods, based on their feelings. So this explains why they will have this. And for psychological aspect, I would like to introduce you a bit a little bit about this theory. It is a psychosocial theory developed by Erik Erikson. So what he proposed in this theory is that every stage of life, like everyone here, we have to go through different stage of life. And in every stage, we have to face this psychological conflict. Okay, no matter which state we are, we also have to face with a certain psychological conflicts, deal with it. Okay, and it also suggests that when parents are able to provide empathy and guidance during that stage, they are able to move on to the next stage with a healthy development of themselves, such as their self-esteem, their confidence level, or their sense of self. But if they do not develop healthily, meaning if they don't feel heard here, if they don't feel here, if they don't feel respected or understood, so it will lead them to like develop themselves lately or maybe later than others, like such as they will still like lose the sense of themselves when they are moving to adulthood, or they will still find that they are low confidence or low self-esteem when they are moving to adulthood. Okay, so in preteens, which is about 11 to 12 years old, what they are usually facing. The psychological conflict here is industry versus inferiority. And what does that mean? So industry meaning here is the sense of competence. And inferiority means that feeling of they will see themselves, which is that they are not as good as others, as important as others. So if they are able to develop healthily, then they will have this sense of competence. They will build confidence about themselves. But if they don't develop healthily, and they will have this sense of inferiority, they will see themselves as not as good as others, are always the problematic person. Okay, so when they're in this age, they usually ask themselves this question: Am I capable and good enough? Okay, and usually in this age, they start comparing themselves with others. They will also want to feel competent and recognized by others. And they are also sensitive to criticism and failure. And lastly, they need encouragement more than evaluation. So why they will do all these things is because in this age, they are usually studying in primary school. And in primary school, there are a lot of friends around. So it's easy for them to fall into this comparison, comparing the result with each other and then comparing what their friends have. So this is why they will have this kind of conflict when they reach these ages. Okay, as for identity teens, the psychological conflicts that they are having is identity versus role confusion. So in this age, teens will start to ask themselves, who am I? Where do I belong? Yeah, they will start to question about who they are, their identity, and they will start to seek some identity for themselves. So it is normal that they will try to like look for new experience because they are still finding who they are. Okay, and the questions that they will ask themselves, such as who am I, and which group do I belong to, where do I belong? And when they're in this age, they tend to explore about belief, style, and identity. They will also want independence and acceptance. Okay, and emotional up and downs are part of their self-discovery. So as it's like what I said just now, because they usually rely on their amygdala to make decision because of their prefrontal cortex is still not matured yet. Okay, and they will also see that their friends are very important and their friends are usually the one who influence them. So I'm not sure if some of you will find that, I find that my child is easily influenced by her friends. Like for example, they want to get, like their friends have this kind of toys and they want to get the similar or something like that. Yeah, if you are facing this issue, then you can comment 111 into the chat box. Okay, so and in this age, that will usually show some rebellion action or rebellious behavior. But this rebellious, it does not mean that they do not respect you. It is actually a self-definition. They are still trying to define who they are to you. Yeah, so most of the time we will only see that they are rebellious, but behind this rebellious is actually they are trying to define to you that who they are. Okay, so let's move to the next one, social aspect. So for preteens, as we mentioned just now, they are sensitive to criticism and failure, meaning that in social life, they are also sensitive to acceptance or rejection by their friends. Okay, friends to them are belonging. So when they have friends, it means that they are belongs to a certain group. So sometimes if your child you find that he is feeling like alone or that like do not go out with their friends, so you might have to maybe ask your child, what makes you not joining your friends for this party or what? Okay, and also they will start comparing themselves with peers, like what I said just now, like comparing results, comparing what they have, and also this is the age where they start learning about more about empathy and trust. So the possible challenges they will face in this stage is that peer pressure, rejection, and comparison. These are the three main challenges that they will face in this age. While for teens, identity is something important to them. So whatever their friends say, it will also help to shape part of their identity. Okay, so their peers' opinion are very important to them. So this is why they listen to their friend and choose to listen to their friend more. Okay, when it comes to giving advice or something. Okay, and during this stage, teens they have the ability to develop deep emotional bonds and social awareness. And it is usually where the friendship bonds, usually starting in when we are studying high school. Okay, and social awareness is because they are also concerned about who they are and how they look like in front of their friend. So they might feel that they want to fit in with certain people, certain group, or they want to stand out from this group of people, or they want to be outstanding uh, when they are in this group. Okay. And lastly, social media is one of the important notes, which means social media means to them is something for them to connect, and also at the same time it is also a form of pressure to them because there are a lot of comparison and there are a lot of showing like people showing what like who they are, the identity. So sometimes your child might be influenced by the character in the social media or by the other person. And the possible challenge that they might face in this stage, which is conformity, social anxiety, as well as self-image. Okay, so these are the three aspects: biological aspect, psychological aspect, and social aspect. So after we have after we have known how their brain develop, and how their psychological health develop and also how their social aspect develop, but how to listen. And here today, I would like to share you these 5 steps or 5 techniques, 5 steps to listen to them. Okay, listen is not just with ears, but we also have to have some techniques on how to listen. So the first one is through asking open-ended questions. And before listening to them, we have to ask them questions. And asking a question is quite challenging because if we do not ask a proper question, it will lead to certain outcomes. Okay, but asking open-ended question, it will help us to keep the ball rolling. Okay, so why open-ended question is because it invites conversation and not short answers. So when we ask them question using what, why, so they will tend to share more instead of giving yes, no answer. Understand it, it also reduces defensiveness. So they will feel that, oh, you are trying to understand you're trying to understand their situation, what are they feeling. So it will encourage them to even share more. And the third one, it will help them to activate thinking and reflection. It will make them to think about what they have said and what they have done through when you are asking them open-ended questions. And when we are asking open-ended questions, we use this 6W1H, which is what, where, why, which, when, who, how. We use these 6W1H to help us in asking questions, so it will help the conversation to roll bigger and bigger, to continue grow more and more. Okay, so for example, instead of asking, "Did you have a good day?" we can try to ask with an open-ended questions, which is, "What was the most interesting part of your day?" So this is about ask open-ended question. Make sure your questions start with this 6W1H. Okay. And the second steps. After asking them and then they tell you, they share you, and is now we start to listen with empathy or listen without judgment. It is important that we do this because they will feel accepted, heard, and not corrected. Okay, so they will feel all these when they sense that we do not just judge what they are feeling, or we do not just jump to the conclusion of what they are doing or how they feel. Okay, other than that, it also benefit both of you in building trust and emotional regulation, as well as for them, they will also learn about building compassion for others. Okay, so listening is not just about with ears, but there is technique to listen without judgment or listen with empathy. So for example, they share you about their days, how it goes, and you can try to react with your feelings. Oh, that sounds really tough. So you can also say in another way, I can understand why you will feel that way. Okay, so this will sound to them that you are really listening to them. And for the third step, which is reflect their feelings. So after they have shared, we have to do this, reflect their feelings. Why we need to do that is because it show to them that we understand how they feel. Okay, it is like a guarantee, it's like there is like a chance that they get to trust us more, and also to have understanding that we also are trying to help them, and we also try to to give them the space to share everything. Okay, so and it also helps them to name and manage emotion. When we are reflecting their feelings, they will they will know, oh, what are their actually feelings? Because child, there are still lack of some emotional words. And this is why we need to reflect their feelings to help them to know why they are feeling this way and what is this emotion called. And lastly, reflect their feelings. It can prevent misunderstanding. Okay, so you can also use this trend to clarify with them what they have shared to you. For example, when your child say, "You never let me do anything," and as a parent, when we are trying to reflect what they say, we can try to say it in a way that you sound frustrated about not having more freedom. So after they have heard this, they will immediately know that, oh, I'm actually feeling frustrated because of this. Yeah, it can also help them to understand more about what their triggers and understand more about this feeling. And the fourth one, offer support suggestions and guidance. So teens, they still need guidance actually, but not lectures. Okay, this is very important. They need guidance, but not lectures. Even if they act independent, but you still sometimes need to guide them and to not like advise them, you shouldn't do this or this, but just guidance. And empathy without structure feels incomplete to them because if we only listen without providing some solutions, they will feel that it's still not helpful or they will still feel like without any direction. So sometimes as a parent, we will need to provide them solutions, offer them solutions. Why I will say provide or offer is because there is the space of letting them to decide what they want to do. And lastly, guidance will also help them to develop problem-solving skills. This also trains their logic center to even mature faster. When we are able to provide them empathy with structure and guidance. So examples, how can we offer them supports? We can try it by ask them, what kind of support would you want right now? Or let's think about what might make this easier, like inviting them to discuss with you. So when you're talking to teens or talking to preteens, you have to sound like you are a friend or you are a mentor to them sometimes. Okay? Yes, and the last one, respect their perspective. This is also the most important amongst the 5 steps. So why it is important to respect their perspective? Firstly, if we respect their perspective, it will help them to form a healthy identity development. And it will help to keep the communication open. And lastly, they will learn how to respect others' viewpoint by experiencing how they are being treated by us. So these are the 5 steps that are important when we are listening to them. Okay, so what you have to remember is that we have to acknowledge their feelings and viewpoint. And sometimes respect doesn't mean you're agreeing to them. It's actually a connection between you and your child. So this is why, after all, we still have to respect their feelings, respect their viewpoints, and we also need to provide them certain direction, guiding them, offering them supports. Okay, some mutual trust within the relationship. So remember, when you are listening to them, there are a few intentions, which is we listen to understand and not to fix. Okay, and the second, which is you listen is because you want to build and emotionally safe space. And lastly, and the most important one, which is to build a healthier society. Okay, so because children are also quite strong at modeling, that will like learn how you treat them. So when you do this, uh, when you react this way to them, they will also react the way how you did to the others. And yeah, I'd like to share you. So just few months ago, I have the opportunity to went to this primary school, and we went there to give them a workshop about parent-child relationship. And so in this workshop, we use old cards and expressive arts. And throughout this activity, they will use the first session as O card, like how parents and child they can work together. Okay, so child they will say out their problems, and as a parent, you have this card, and how this card you have can solve your child's problem. And after that, the second session will move on to a drawing session and a drawing session for them, an art session for them. So many of the parents they realize that they have not done this to their children with their children, or they uh, have there are times that they haven't done this for a long time. Yeah. So and one of the parents, she shared her feedback. Yeah, so she find that she is very enjoy. She is she enjoy very much in this workshop. So it makes her to learn about how important it is to really listen and understand what their children are feeling and thinking. And if she also finds that this session was engaging, and most importantly, she learns how to encourage open communication, and she also use some tools. She also learns some tools to build stronger connection with her children. Yeah. So this is what I would like to share you, that we have tried this activity, tried this workshop for parent-child communication or relationship. So lastly, when to seek professional help. When you start finding that your child is experiencing sadness, anxiety, or anger last more than 2 weeks, okay, or when your child you start noticing uh, him or she him or her isolating from friends or activities, or when you notice there are big changes in their sleep, appetite, or school focus, or when you notice there are signs of self-harm or hopelessness. And lastly, when you feel that you can't manage it alone. So these are the times when you need to start considering seeking professional help. Okay, and there's this one last quote I would like to share you, which is, getting help doesn't mean you're a bad parent. It means it means you love your child enough to not let them struggle alone. Okay, so that is about my talk for today. And any questions you like to ask? So let me stop sharing. Like to see the chat box. Okay. So any questions or answer? Any questions that you'd like to ask? Regarding parent-child, or any concerns that you are facing at the moment, then you might need maybe a solution, a practical solution.
Papa, Mama, you can raise up your concern in the chat box because this is a free session, especially when sometimes we will face some issue that we don't know who can help us to solve this kind of issue for our children. This is a good chance that you can raise up so that our counselor Lei can answer for you.
Yeah, you can turn on the camera if you want. Mm.
Okay, while waiting for parents to answer their concern, how about I can ask one question because this is the statistic that I get is most of our parents here they are facing their children easily to get mad. So or in a simple way is maybe they will outburst easily. So how to solve it, Lei?
Mm. So most of the parents that are facing about this emotional that the child is having these emotional issues, aggression issues. So I would need to what I want to share is that when you notice yourself your children having these emotional issues, and yeah, you can start applying all these techniques, like to ask them open questions. So you can lead them, you can guide them to find out their triggers. So you can ask like, what makes you feeling this? Is it because of school or something? So just try to ask open-ended questions. Yeah, what makes you feeling this? Or how is everything in school? This is some ways for you to help them, to guide them to share more. And also usually sometimes talking in certain tone, a soft tone will also like invite them to share more. And lastly, you have to when their issues are very important, like very serious, like that will hurt themselves or hurt the others, you can take this opportunity to like start planning some safety plan. For example, like keeping all the sharp things, all the dangerous items, so to prevent them from harming self or harming others. Mm, okay. So you can start by asking them questions and notice their behavior. What are their behaviors?
Okay, one question. What do you do when you know it is social media pressure and peer pressure is what getting the kids to be more angry?
What do you do? Okay. So I'm not sure if you are able to look into what they are like looking at, maybe involving at when they are at social media. So because sometimes we are able to see like we are able to know like what games they are usually up to. And after certain games, or maybe when you are having a free time with your kids, and you can ask them about the game to understand more. So from there you can know like what kind of possible, like the challenges or conflict they might face it. Okay, they might have it. So you can start by asking them the games they're playing, and then from there you can ask them like normally what do you feel when you are playing the games? Yeah, this is also how we check on their emotion whether it's okay or not. Okay? Yes. What if they don't want to talk and share with us? What should we do? Okay. Mm, I would say giving them the space and always invite them to talk, invite, like let them assure them that you can always reach to me when you feel like talking. Okay. Or if you don't feel like talk to me, so what kind of supports you need, you can share to me. You can ask them this question: what should we do? And if there are you can also invite them to share about, or you can reflect your feelings like, I feel worried if you don't share me anything. So you can also sometimes share your feeling to them. This is some way that we can start to have some small conversation with them. How about for age 2 years, 2 to 3 years old, there is issue tantrums, and if they didn't get what they want. For children who are in this age, usually we can let them through. We can understand them more through playing with them. Or if they can draw, you can let them to draw, and then from what they draw, you can start asking them questions. Oh, why do you draw this? Why you use this color or something? Or you can invite them to draw you in a role play scenario. So like what character they want to be, and then why they want to choose this character. Okay, yeah, this is also a good question. So I noticed that counselors always keep on secret the child matter from the kid's parent knowledge due to code of ethics. However, this led to parents being kept in the dark, and finally the matters turned into a sad tragedy. The child commits suicide before her or his parents knowing about his matter. How to overcome this? Okay. Yeah, there is this confidentiality of counselor, like because the reason that wouldn't share you more about the information with about your children is because they want to build a safe space with your child, and they want that your children to share more, your child to share more to the counselors. And so this is why there is this confidentiality when we are having session with kids. But you can request, you can discuss with the counselor, request the counselor to like regarding the information, and I believe the counselor will also take this opportunity to like ask whether the child is okay when the parents want to know about this. Okay, so you can try to ask about the counselor, what like how is your child doing, something like that. Okay, how to make them talk more based on their actual deep feelings. So my son entertained me by talking very high level conversation. Okay, so what means by high level conversation? Maybe you can explain to me more. Yeah. So on their deep actual feelings, I would say uh, I would say you can try to ask them why are they feeling this, and what makes them have these feelings. Usually we have this feeling is because of different issue combining the combination of different issues will let us to form a new emotion, which we call it the main emotion. And behind this main emotion, there are actually different emotions coming. I'm not sure if this is what you are trying to ask. Yeah, maybe you can clarify it in the chat box. What is your advice if the problem is the parent have anger and stress issue? Okay, so if the issue is coming from the parents, I would say parents that have to be aware of themselves first. This is very important. So if as a parent you are not able to manage your emotions, and the child will learn from there. So it's better to get the parent to have more awareness and to seek help. Okay, so Irene, my girl is 12 years old. She wants her own privacy. So I'm not share her content on about any kind of concern she makes around it. Okay. For Irene, I would say that yeah, 12 years old, they usually have their own privacy in social media, and the most important thing you have to focus is to ensure the safe space. Okay, you can also share them about how you feel when she's not sharing everything to you. You can express your concern because I'm worrying you. I am like listening all from all the news, like hearing a lot of the news, and I am concerning about like who you mix with and what are you doing, something like that. So you can express your feelings, and you can try to use this way to invite her to share more. You can also try to invite them uh, try to invite them by saying something like, yeah, you don't have to share everything to me, but just maybe a few friends you are recently close with, something like that. And what are you up to? Something like that. These are some opening questions for you to ask your kids. Okay, so when I ask my children how is the day, he always just nod head, hardly open mouth, just raise shoulder and body language. Okay, so when you ask your children how is the day, he is always just showing physical reaction, behavioral reaction instead of uh, saying it verbally. So you can use the step where we talking about reflecting. You can reflect to your son. It seems to me that you are showing this body reaction and without saying anything. So what are you? So I'm not sure if it is not comfortable for you to share. This is maybe one of the way you can try to ask your children. Okay, and just I can. Add more. Okay. So, so what Jasmine say is that we always say I can't tell this and that. The counselor should apply the counselor rule on case-to-case basis by looking into the next to review to the parent in order to save the child from said strategy. Usually in my practice as a counselor, I will always reach out. I will also let the client to know that if I sense that there is this uh, potential or this tendency of you harming yourself or others, I will have to reach out to your emergency, breach the confidentiality to reach out to your emergency contact, to your parents or the close person you are with. So I think breach of confidentiality is we'll have to do that if you want to know about your child, whether it is whether your child is doing okay. You can try to ask the counselor, really ask the counselor about this breach of confidentiality. Like when will you, like when is the moment or like in what situation you will breach the confidentiality. I think you can check with the counselor. Okay. And what if the children got their own perspective, but it might not be correct? And we need to correct them. How to do it? Okay. So for this, like, okay, so we need to correct them. I'm not sure. It sounds to me like it's like we want to. It sounds to them might be like we are trying to lecture them. Okay, but what we can do is to maybe invite them to share why they want to do this. Okay, to question their rationale behind. This is also the moment where they can start building some rational thinking, some logical thinking as well. So we can question them, oh, why are you doing this? What makes you choose this instead of that? And we can also invite them, how are they going to solve this issue if this thing happen? Or if they're using this way, what will the things that are going to happen? Yeah, this is where we also offer guidance to them. Okay, wow, that's a long one. Okay, so the thing is, it's easy to say make sure place it safe for them. We have to give the child the liberty to take it to them and use it. What happened to the case and how we can win. Yes, yes. Mm. Uh, I think as a as a parent, sometimes we also have to stay firm. We can't like letting them to do what they want. Sometimes like because seems to me that there is this challenge where when we are like giving them the safe space and they will utilize it in a wrong way. They will misuse it. So sometimes we also have to put our stand here to stand firmly with them about this. Like, what are the main thing you want to you need to break this rule. For example, if they are like harming others or themselves, so when we are giving them that a safe space, we also have to be firm with certain area. Hmm. Okay. So I'm not sure if um, everyone already get their answer or probably know what are the ways you can focus on to deal with your children. Okay, so if there is no more, I think I can pass it back to Vinyan.
Yes, thank you,
Okay.
Lei. Okay, well, I saw many questions coming out for parents. It's good. It's good to have the this chance to ask counselor. And for Marianne, for Marianne, this is the last message from like Marianne, is it? She say that the thing is easy to say. Make sure we create a safe space for them. Yeah, I totally agree with you because the ideally safe space that we want as a parent, we want to create and versus the real world, it that's still a gap. That's why we need to keep on to have this kind of awareness or some education. For example, I saw that some parents also say that children didn't speak out their true feeling. Is it to my mind, is it a possible that maybe children don't know the emotional vocab? For example, they just know okay, not okay, stress, not stress. How about some vocab like I feel frustrated, I feel overwhelmed. This is something that in daily life, we can show more the vocab to let our children or let our family member to learn about it. Even for an adult, sometimes we also don't know the words that can really describe our state lah. This is what I can say. And also one more thing I would like to add on is for the safety one for the phone and social media, because I used to be the customer service inside home. So I did have many conversation before the parents meet counselor. So I remember that one of the parents, they also raised up she or he raised up this concern. So the after the session, actually we for children for children session, we normally will arrange a time for parents to meet with the counselor or psychologist to talk about what's going on. Maybe not talk about very deep what the children shared about, but our counselor will brief what's going on. And also, one of the important thing here is maybe sometimes this is really a P&C for our children. We want to create a safe and we need them to trust our therapist. So as parent, what can we do? In here is like maybe we can ask question to the therapist. What can I do as a parent? Because even if the counselor cannot share, but he or she definitely will have the will want to share with you what how you can support your child. Because in all day long, 7 days in a week, probably your child just meet a counselor for 2 times in a week, but another 5 days is with family. So I think for counselor or therapist definitely will need your help in your family at, or in your house to help your child. So this is the priority and the most important thing in our session. So I hope this have answered all your question, all your concern about it. And thanks again to Le Yi for her great sharing here. Is talking about the biopsychosocial. Is like sometimes instead of we direct jump into how to solve it, we need to know what's happening first. And what's happening is talking about why. Wow, why he will like that, why she will like that. But that's one more tips that can give parents. Sometimes in conversation with kids, we try not using why. Because it's because like Le Yi just now she shared about the listening without judgment. So how to listen without judgment? Sometimes this also is a tricky question here. It's a tricky part here lah. So in daily life, we can try not to use why. Instead, we use what makes you. What makes you feel in this way? What makes you do this one? Sometimes something like that. So back to the question. Just now I mentioned the ideal safe space versus the real world still got a gap, because today we are just learning something about knowledge. We know about the theory, biopsychosocial theory, and we know how to listen. But if we really want to practice how to listen or how to get more understand about your child, what's in their mind, we will strongly recommend you can join our upcoming event. So as just like just like what Le Yi just now say, she had organized one event in a primary school in Semenye. So yeah, so we will have the second time to do this event. So yes, I need Le Yi to open the slides. Yes, so we are going to have this event, understanding your child beyond words. Sometimes it's like what I say just now. Sometimes because just our children don't have the vocab, they don't know how to talk, how to speak out, and where to speak out. So something that we can do here is we are going to use OCAD. OCAD is what you see in this picture. That's card to discover, to let our children to talk story through the cards. So in there, we will know more about their inner world. And also the second part of this event we ask children express their thoughts through art drawing. Sometimes art drawing is definitely a reflection of one's thought. For example, children for 2 to 3 years old, 3 to 5 years old, everyone know how to draw. So in drawing, our psychologist or our counselor will debrief actually what's going on. For example, last time we went to this seminary school and do this event. We find that got one child, he draw the something about death. Oh, this is something surprise his mother. How come primary school children talking about the death on a drawing? So this is a signal for us to put more focus on what's going on to our children. So this event is will be will be will be organized in November 22. It's Saturday. I will strongly recommend parents you can bring your child to come to our office. Our office is just at Cheras. We got two sessions because we don't want to have so many crowded people in one session, so that my counselor can debrief and also to explain the drawing to parents, so that we can take care every children. So for this event, I just like what I say in the beginning, I prepare a surprise for you guys, because you stay from beginning to the end. Is for now is still many of the parents is here, so we would like to give you a special gift. So for this event, the original price will be 100 ringgit. But if you sign out today, it's only 47 ringgit per children. And also, the parents join for free, because we want you to be here. We want you to be with your children and drawing with them and listen to their story, not through us. It's direct from your children. So if you sign out today, so each children only seven 47 ringgit only. This is a very special offer for you. And we are doing this not just because we want to help parents to take the first step in understanding your children better, because you're already taking time to join this session from 8 until 9:21. I believe that you really want to find a way to take care or to get more understanding about your children. And that's why this is something back to you as a small token of appreciation. But this event is not everyone suitable to attend. If you really want to understand your child in the world and want to build better communication of emotion with your kids, with your children, then you are welcome to join. Okay, so anyone here would like to ask one more question? Who got more than one kids? You can type in chat. Okay, see Wiley, will you share us your info today? Oh, what do you mean info? You mean PPT? And Jasmine, actually, counseling need parents' help, but they refuse to share full facts with them. Okay. I believe that this is something P&C, and also this is the ethic part for a counselor. That definitely will tell you the truth. No worries for that. See, Wiley. Oh, sorry. Our PPT will not share. Okay. Yes, thank you, yo. Okay. So just like uh, just now I asked any one of you have more than one kids. So today is we've got another special gift for you. So this is you if you sign up tonight, it's 47 per children. But later on, in these 5 minutes, if you sign up in these 5 minutes, you just need to pay for the first child, 47 ringgit, and your second child free, your third child free, and your fourth child also free. We just want you to be here with your children to see how we can help. Of course, got someone will say, huh? Oh my God, this is very, very crazy because our main purpose is not here to just to gain money or earn money, but our purpose is to help you and your kids to build a happy family and help you to connect with your kid. We want your kid to feel safe to express their feeling. So now we will count down in 5 minutes. So you can scan this one to this QR code. This is the timer. So you can see after you make the payment, you can screenshot the receipt and send to our customer service and we will record down and please let us know how many of your children will come and parents. Okay. So this program is designed for which year group? So this program actually we designed for primary one session and also secondary one session. So no worries about the years. Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Diba. Thank you for staying until now. So this, if you really want to connect with your child and want to know about their inner world through their arts and through the old cards reading, this is definitely a good chance for you to sign up for your kids and you can bring them here just like what after the event in Semenye, many moms text us they feel very very happy because they saw this also is a good opportunity to have family time as well. Sometimes maybe our family times we will bring our kids to shopping mall or somewhere else lah. But this also is a good activity that can let our children to build connection with us as well. So don't miss out this. You only need to pay for 47 for one child and your second or third child is joined free in one family. So this offer just left 3 minutes, so don't miss it. Okay, thank you so much, Shunling. Thank you, Freya. Thank you so much. Okay, I get informed that the parents sign up already. Okay, thank you so much, Mayan. I hope that this session has helped you and answer your concern. If you guys have any question about the parenting or about children, you can also text our customer service and we will answer you in WhatsApp. Okay. Do you help and see Wiley? Okay, for now, later on, I also will announce one more online talk. That one is for parent as well. Do you mean help for secondary school student? We have physical talk in school. Okay, thank you so much, Shafina. Thank you for attending today's sharing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Where to I send the snapshot? You can just send to our WhatsApp. Our customer service will WhatsApp you to remind you about remember to join this Zoom. So you just need to send to the WhatsApp account. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, just left around 2 minutes. So don't miss this chance to connect with your child. Okay, just like just now we say, that's a game. Actually, what we learn, actually, sometimes as parents, we already know, okay, I should do this to help my children. I should do that to help my children. But back to the reality, we all have stress from work, stress from our partner, and sometimes we will also show our emotional part to our children as well. So this is a good chance to create a safe place for our children, for them to draw out, to speak out their inner world, their thoughts, their feeling recently to us, and especially to parents. Sometimes safe place is like what Lei says, not just talking about listening, but how we can use more fun way to let the children to get more engaged with us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so now just left 40 seconds. So don't miss this chance, especially for those family got two to three children. This is very special gift for your children as well. Oh, thank you so much, Lou. Okay. Sure, okay. Remember to, after you make the payment or you scan the Touch and Go or QR code, remember to send your receipt to our customer service so that we know that you guys actually will plan for we will reserve the place for your kids. So okay, after 5 minutes already. So if you still need to discuss with your partner or finding friends to bring their kids together, is welcome. As long as you sign up by today, it's still 47 ringgit per child only. And also here, thank you so much. Thank you so much again soon. And another announcement here is we also have another online free talk. It's talking about possible mental disorder behind emotional aggression. So I believe this topic definitely will help our parents, especially this batch, because as what I say, I saw from the Google form, many of you is talking about aggression, anger, something like that. So sometimes when our children show up some emotion, possible that something behind the needs we need to find it out. So this talk will be the speaker will be a clinical psychologist. He is very good in talking about teenager topic, especially the emotional aggression by Mr. S. Kelly. So please don't miss out this talk. Also, we also will send the reminder to you. So if you have any question, please send your question or your concern to our WhatsApp, and my customer service will answer you all the questions. And that's it for today. Thank you again for Miss Leyi today's this great sharing. And also at the lastly, we would like to hear your thoughts and your feedback to help us grow. You can scan this QR code and give us the feedback from your site so that we know that okay, how is our topic help you and also how we can grow. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. And see you in November. Okay, thank you, Sim. Thank you, Ida. So today our talk will be end here. So see you in November.